All right, guys, I wanted to make this segment because we get a bunch of you guys who watch us from all over the world. We're so grateful about all the viewership that we've been getting throughout the years. I've told this story before, but for some of you who are barely tuning in for the first time, I took a trip with one of my best friends this past summer, and it was wild to me that I was having dinner in Germany with my friend, getting pretzel at some random bar in Munich. And all of a sudden the waiter goes, "Aren't you the watch dealer from Dallas?" And I was blown away. So guys, thank you so much for the support to the WOLVYN family, to the Navarros, for all the business you guys have brought and for the viewership and support. We are so thrilled that you guys are here. And the reason I bring this up is because we did a deal recently where we traded a 5970P from Patek Philippe. It was that gorgeous green dial with the amazing exhibition case back. It was the perpetual calendar chronograph, part of Patek Philippe's Grand Complications collection. Gorgeous, gorgeous piece. And to put the cherry on top, it had the Tiffany papers. Well, we did a deal with a gentleman who reached out from Hong Kong, out of all places, and said, "I want that watch." And so we were talking about the deal, and he wanted to trade in 4 pieces. One of them is not here. One of them I'm gonna talk about specifically because it's just a special piece, but 3 of those pieces are here. One being in this box, and we're gonna leave this one for last because it's a little special, so I'm gonna put this away. But to get started with the first piece was this gorgeous, gorgeous 15202 ST. Now I wanna talk about this deal. First off, this gentleman bought this 5270P, and he knew that it was in new condition. We actually bought it and sold it to our one of our good friends and clients, Ben. You guys might have seen that in a previous episode where he bought that watch from me. He wanted that watch, loved it, and when he got it, it just was a little too small. He was really, really distraught about it. It was something that he wanted to add to the collection, but he's so used to wearing a bigger watch. He's, I think, about 6'5" and 200 and probably maybe 30 to 50 pounds. So he's a big guy and he's got some big arms. And so for him, that 5270 just didn't work that well for him. Something that's gonna work for him is something I'm gonna highlight over here. So we unfortunately had to regretfully get it back and facilitate a sale for him. Anyways, that watch that we originally sold to Ben, he bought it as brand new. He wore it one time and we let the new client know that. But he's such a particular buyer that he took the watch, even though it was almost in new condition, and is sending it off to Patek. It's what he does with every single watch that he particularly buys. He'll buy an AP, he'll buy Rolex, and he'll send it off to the service centers to get looked at, polished, whatever they need. It's just the type of guy he is. I say that all to tell you that this 15202 is an immaculate, gorgeous, almost brand new condition. If it wasn't because he's told me that he's worn it, honestly, it'd be really tough to tell that it's been worn. There's maybe a few tiny little hairline scratches, maybe on the side of the case here, but that's about it. And it's gonna be hard to even show in the camera. But this watch is gorgeous. It's the 15202. This is, I believe, a 2018 variant. We'll have all the details listed for you guys on the website, but this is a watch for somebody who wants an AP but doesn't like the big jumbo size that AP's been doing lately. They've been doing all the two since the 15500, even the 15400. Some of you guys have had to opt into the 37 or 38 millimeter variants because those 41s are just too big. Well, this is something for somebody who wants something a little modern but doesn't want to go up to that size, and then they also want a classic, amazing movement from AP. And this is the 15202. It's a 39 millimeter, ultra thin. It sits very handsomely on the wrist. So if you have anything smaller than, I'd say, if you're about a 7.5 or smaller, this is the perfect watch for you. Next in the lineup, we have this gorgeous 2023 Journe Mayer. Now this thing is in phenomenal condition. Very, very light hairline scratches throughout the polish. But other than that, the bezel is sharp. There's not many scratches on the bezel. If anybody knows anything about solid gold Daytonas, especially the 1165, the 500 series lineup of Daytonas, the bezels are the most crucial thing to the condition of these watches. A lot of people get these things polished. Whoever polishes doesn't know how to polish the bezel. They end up looking very over polished, even with the first touch-up. So you really have to be super careful with these Daytonas. This is an unpolished example. It's 2023, super sharp. So if you're looking for a pre-owned Daytona because you want to save a little money but you want it to be in mint condition, this is the one for you. We got this gorgeous 2023 Journe Mayer. And next, I'm going to skip over the last one. I want to touch base on a watch that, look, I'm I have about an 8.25, I think now, wrist. And I'm wearing this 44mm AP. Now this is pretty big. It looks really good on my wrist, and anybody who has about an 8-inch wrist and bigger, this is gonna look amazing on you. Even some of the small guys, Caleb and Christian, they have, I believe, 7-inch wrists. They still wear them and they still look good. It's meant to be a beefy watch, guys. It's meant to kind of have that big masculine look. So if you like that look, this is a watch for you. You can also get the 42mm variants, but this particular watch was made for a large man. One of them that they made a variant of this is for Shaquille O'Neal. 7 foot, 290, 300 pounds, something like that. I forget how big he is. But the next one is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yes, our old California governor wore and had this special edition watch made for him in 2009. This is the Arnold All-Stars edition in rose gold. This thing is a tank. This thing weighs probably about the weight of like 2 Platonas. I mean, it is an amazing, hefty piece. I mean, just look at that exaggerated buckle. I mean, that buckle tells a story on how big this is. This is a 48mm variant, and it's just a big watch. So Ben and some of you guys, my clients that are big stature guys, this watch is gonna look really, really good on you. It's gonna be bold, loud, and it's gonna grab a lot of attention. So this is a very, very cool watch. Features a beautiful, gorgeous chocolate dial and a beautiful hornback in what I would call like a Havana, like chocolate brown, almost like it looks almost like a cigar wrapper of just the rich color that you get from this strap. Beautiful watch. And last but definitely not least, one of my favorite ones that we got, and for some of you guys already know what this is an FP Journe. This beautiful box lets you know that it's an FP Journe. It's gonna come with 3 additional straps aside from the one that comes on the watch already installed. We got a black alligator. We've got a brown, I think this is alligator as well. And then we have a Aaron Bespoke, shout out to Aaron Bespoke, with this gorgeous, I would say like a racing yellow, kind of mustardy, beautiful, beautiful strap that's gonna look amazing on this watch. But without further ado, let me show you guys what we got here. Guys, we got a gorgeous 2018 FP Journe Chronometre Bleu. This watch is spectacular. Guys, this is modern day, what I would call Monet, modern day, I mean, this is about as, this is a modern artist, guys. This guy just knows how to make movements. They know how to do a beautiful movement. They know how to do beautiful, beautiful dials. Just look at that gorgeous blue. FP Journe is known for their amazing dials, the cleanliness of how they do their complications. They just know how to make a classy, classy watch. And right now it's featured on this blue crocodile strap, which is amazing. It really, really ties into that blue dial. Look at that sub-second style, or that sub dial. Just gorgeous the way that you get that like sunburst effect. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. But when you buy an FP Journe, people freak out over what I'm about to show you. And let me go ahead and take it off of this pillow. So FP Journe is known for doing gold movements. Just look at that exhibition case back. That is pure, pure luxury, pure, pure finesse. This is such a gentleman's watch, and this is a work of art for your wrist. I mean, this is incredible. So guys, we're gonna be adding all of these to our website. They're gonna be available for sale. They'll be here in the store for you guys to come and take a look at them in person. This, like I said, all of these gentlemen's watches that he traded in are in pristine condition. I would say that this FP Journe follows suit with that. It looks spectacular. It's really hard to even see a micro scratch on this particular one. I mean, if you were looking for a chronometer and you are a person that is discerning and wants the best of the best, and you want the condition to be the best, the pedigree of this watch and where it came from is top tier. This client that had these before really loved and adored these watches and made sure that they got the utmost respect. And so this is going to be a trouble-free watch. It is running spectacularly, and it's going to be ready for the next home. Guys, here at WOLVYN, we aim to have the best of the best inventory. We like to cater not only to one demographic. We don't like to just do Richard Mille or just do Rolex or just do one brand. We really try to bring it all. There's collectors from all over the world. I know that even with us, the Navarros, we have a fun side and a classy side, and we really try to delve into all of it. And so I really just respect watches, love watches. We all do. We have a love affair with watches, and are excited to bring in pieces like this to share with you guys and to make available for you guys to purchase, especially for people in Dallas and in the Plano, Frisco area, or even in Texas in general. There's not many places that you can go around here to view these kind of watches, and we're proud to be probably the only place where you can come and look for these type of caliber watches. And we want to strive to continue to bring that and also elevate it. So please support this channel, support our brand, because we want to just grow this thing and take it to new heights. And we can't do that with you guys' amazing support. So enjoy this episode.
But I don't know what my friend wants. That's the thing.
So there's many options. There's
stainless steel, let's say, if stainless steel jumbo in
black or white.
Yeah, white. Let's say white.
White.
What is that going for?
So let me ask you a question. Does it matter how old or new it is?
I think as long as it's in close to near mint condition, like if it's scuffed up, you can.
So I'm assuming he at least wants a current model, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so the current. So there's two. So the most current is a 15510, which is based. It's identical to that, except it's stainless steel.
Okay, so let's say a regular Royal Oak in 41 millimeter in white would go for.
Yes, probably. So if it's a 15510, probably low 40s.
Low 40s. Okay.
If it's a 15500, it's going to be like mid 30s.
So you haven't gotten any hints from him as to what direction he typically
No, the only thing
leans
he told
towards,
me
or-
was specifically that he wanted, he's like, I'm saving up for an SUV, and now you're telling me I should buy a watch. I'm like, I'd absolutely always watch greater than SUV, no matter what. I told him, unless you're getting an Urus or a Pure Sangue, get the watch. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know
That
exactly
easy, huh?
what AP he wants. He's the same guy. He's a GI doctor. He's the same guy that got denied at the AP store in Singapore. He got denied there. Specifically, he tried to get into the AP boutique, and they're like,
couldn't even get in.
Oh, that's right. You did
Yeah,
tell us
you
that. Yeah,
mentioned
that's
that,
right.
so.
Yeah, if he wants just a regular Royal Oak, the 15.5. So the difference too on the 15.5 and so the movement's pretty much identical.
Yeah.
What changed on the 15.5 and the 15.510 is you see how they got rid of AP at the top now? You see how it says Audemars Piguet and script?
At the top, Audemars Piguet.
They used to put
And then the AP mark up
Yeah,
here.
they got rid of the AP mark.
Yeah, so they got rid of the AP mark. The 15500 it still has the AP mark. So some guys care about that and prefer it. I prefer it. But
Get rid of the AP mark.
That's exactly what we said.
I just think just to do something different, I guess, and I don't know. The 15500 I think is the popular choice. The 15510 is fine, but I honestly think that the
So
15500
the 15.5s are going.
it's gonna be like mid 30s. Yeah, so mid to high 30s.
How much is this one?
That one we're asking 84.
84.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna send a picture to him, see if he wants it. I won't say anything.
What type of pieces has this guy you're buying for? Or looking for? Or you're looking for? Nothing.
Nothing.
I was going to
So
say,
this is gonna be his
what else
first
does he
luxury
get-
watch.
Does he have?
Hey,
That's a
that'd be-
big starter right there.
I'm not AP, he didn't remember. But
No, for some reason I
only
thought
know
it
one
was-
Caleb.
Yeah,
No, it was me. It's okay, I let Andrew take this one, but next time. Next time, I'll get you what you need. Oh, it's really good.
Yeah, that's nice.
What year is that?
23.
It's great.
Are you gonna wear it out?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Let me know if you need anything else.
All right, thank you. Yeah, we'll do.
So you guys may remember Caleb. He was here probably about 3 months ago, somewhere in that ballpark. He came and traded in 2 watches, bought an elephant. Since then, he has sold the elephant back to us, and now he just bought a Deep Sea 126 with the diver's extension. Those of you that don't know, the 136, the current reference, that one they went away with the diver's extension, and he wanted the one that's the best of all worlds, where you get the big case, you get the bracelet that's a little wider, it balances out really well, and you get the diver's extension. So that's the one he went with. We got him in 2023. He's really excited about it. Last time he was here, I think before he bought the AP Elephant, I think he was looking at a deep sea that we had in stock, but the AP at the time stood out to him. He's come back around and now just is rocking that deep sea. So congrats, Caleb, and thank you for coming back to WOLVYN.
I want to show this watch. I'm just wiping it down right now. This watch is beautiful. This has been one of my grails for the longest time since I first got into watches. This is the Coke, the Rolex Coke, and it is on a Jubilee bracelet. This watch on a Jubilee bracelet is not a very common thing, which is one of the reasons why I really like it. Also, I've done videos in the past talking about the Pepsi and how I like the Jubilee bracelet more, so this right here is just the watch for me. Before I even started looking at Pepsis, this was always the watch that I had in mind. I remember being a kid and they had the Pepsi and the Coke, and this was always my favorite. Here's the reason I wanted to talk about this. There's a lot of rumors that there's gonna be a new release of this Coke. I have been praying for that for years already. Last year, I really thought they were gonna come out with it because actually I started seeing renders online and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. This year, I really hope that Rolex comes out with this. I think it's a beautiful watch. The Coke to me checks the right boxes that each the Batman and the Pepsi can both check. The Batman to me is just this very subtle, fun watch that you can wear, and it has just a little bit of pop of color, not too loud. The Pepsi is kind of on that loud side. It has a little more color to it, obviously, with the blue and the red. This one to me is like the perfect mix of the two. Having the red with the black to me is just, I mean, you don't get much red on watches in general. Aside from some of the Rolexes like the Coke, the Pepsi, and maybe a couple Grand Seikos, there's not really a lot of brands that do red on watches. I'm just one of those people who does like the color red, and having the red on black contrast, something that looks so good to me. And then on the Jubilee bracelet, I'm a sucker for Jubilee. We bought this watch and I was the first one to snag it because I wanted to wear it for so long. So this is actually what I've been wearing for the past few weeks. And I mean, it's super comfortable. Now, a lot of the reason that some people may not go vintage or consider a vintage watch is because, well, it's used, and most of them you'll actually find beat up. This is one right here that's in beautiful condition. You can see it's very shiny all the way around. This thing has been very well taken care of, has some very light marks on the clasp, but just all in general, this watch has been kept so well. Even the bezel, there's one little mark, but that color is still very prominent. From a distance, could pass as a modern watch. And that's kind of what I like about these. You know, this one is an F serial, which it was in production between 2003 to 2005. So it's towards the end of the run on the Cokes. Now, as much as I want to keep wearing this watch, it is for sale. So if you guys are interested in this, I will regretfully let it go. All the details are on our website, so feel free to go ahead and check it out there.
All right, here you are, Ben. Thanks. All right, take care, Ben. Sam, you missed it. Ben came in to sell me this AP, and if you guys don't know Ben Wegman is a huge real estate agent in the DFW area. He's like a top producing agent, super well known, super reputable. So if you're looking to buy or sell a home, please contact Ben Wegman. His social media speaks for itself. The houses he sells speak for themselves. Been following him for a lot of years, and I wanted to reach out to him as soon as I started working for WOLVYN and kind of let him know that I was selling pieces. I'd never met him before, but again, been following him on social media and wanted to connect with him. I told him about WOLVYN, which he was very familiar with WOLVYN, of course, and after a few months, he told me that he wanted to see what he could get for this beautiful AP here. And so we just got this in. We offered him a good deal for it, I believe. So here it is, beautiful Royal Oak, black dial on steel. And if you're interested in this Royal Oak, we're about to upload it to our WOLVYN website. That's wolvyn.com. So check us out there.
Yeah, no, so I'm glad you called because that watch, I can get you brand new condition, like just like from the AD how you're doing, but I have certain AD connections to where they'll sell at a discount, and so that means I can offer you a discount. So that one, I already did a little bit of homework. I could do at $3,500, which would be almost $500 off of retail. But usually the better deals on some of these watches are when you get them straight from the AD, because obviously how it works is they're gonna ask me for your info, and they're gonna register warranty and everything in your name. And so it's all the same as going straight to an AD, except you get a discount. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm gonna find you a pre-owned one. That way you can just compare both of them and see which one you want to go with, and we'll go from there.
You don't need Josh. I'm Nicole.
So what he's saying is, if you guys let it go for 19,
No, we'll let it go for 20. It's going for 21 on my website. See, here's the thing, right? People want to talk to Josh because they think that Josh is going to give them a better price. I'm going to give you the same price as Josh. This is going for 21 and I'm giving it to you for 20.
That's a good price.
It's a great price.
buddy.
Yeah.
You gotta be a plug, because he has a stack of 20
Stack of 20?
in his car.
Perfect.
So,
Right.
So see.
So he's saying he wants to give me $2,000 less.
So that he has to do a party too, right? Nice. 1,000 for the party.
Right, for the party.
If you look anywhere else, you're not gonna find them for 20 though.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I just wanted to stop this scene because we do want to include as much content to you guys and be as transparent as possible. But sometimes things don't really translate to video, or there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. And in this particular case, for some reason, Nicole has gravitated towards this particular client, and all of his friends who like to come over, they all get referred to Nicole, and they all love to banter. They love to negotiate down to the last cent. And we have a lot of fun doing it, but sometimes when you put that kind of stuff on camera, it could just look negative for some reason, or it can give off a really off-putting vibe to some people, because for the most part we try to run a really professional ship here, and we try to make things as transparent as possible. But for this particular client, they have been referred by a good customer and a good friend of ours who has told them they're going to give you the best price, don't worry. And I wish that they would understand that we really do try to give the best price that we can. In this particular deal, then they're trying to negotiate, and it's a two-tone. It's the new style, two-tone Jubilee GMT, and they wholesale for $19,500, guys, right now. They're about $19,000 to $19,500. So if you're looking to sell one, just expect that the offer is going to be a little under that. But they're retailing for about $21,000. I've seen as high as $22,000, and so we have it for $21,000, and because we own this one, we're willing to negotiate it down to $20,000. Keep in mind, we can only source one for about $19,500. So we have to replace it. We either have to wait for somebody to sell it to us, or we have to source it from a dealer for $19,500. So it just doesn't make sense to go any lower than that. Even though our cost was a little lower than that, it doesn't make sense for us to sell it for $19,500, but we can just wholesale it for $19,500. And I'll be honest, the reason is because when we sell it for more, we still have to give you guys a 2-year warranty, which just doesn't make sense to us. So we have to make some profit, and it has to make sense to our bottom line. So Nicole, in this particular scene, it might not look like she's being professional, but she is very professional, and she knows how to run. She knows how to really talk to her clients. And again, her clients love her. If you look on her Google, she gets a ton of 5-star reviews. And so I just wanted to come to her defense, because I know sometimes she's gotten a little bit of the butt of the joke here. But she is an amazing person and very kind. And Nicole, we love having you here.
But I feel like you would get more out of this, just if you're gonna wear it.
I don't really wear a lot.
I mean, value for the money, it's definitely
It's
there.
a great deal.
It even retails a bit higher.
Yeah, the Nepalese women are gonna love this. And I think you like this bracelet better.
Yeah, I do.
Right?
I do like the
Yeah.
bracelet way better.
Yeah.
Usually that goes for a premium too.
It's more expensive.
He has enough money for that one, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure he does.
But if he really likes that one, that's why I said I'll put money for him.
He does really like it.
Yeah,
If you
this
want to
one-
be a
this one-
baller,
So this one, you're getting a way more interesting dial. You're obviously also getting the white gold.
And you're getting a limited piece.
This white gold, the way they do it, I mean, that looks like platinum, basically.
it's amazing.
And then it's limited of, what, 300? Yeah.
One of 300. You're not gonna get $2,000 less for this anywhere. And you're not gonna get a friend who gives you a loan for $10,000 ever. That's amazing.
To me,
It's a good deal.
it's a no-brainer because the way it looks, if it was like a Rolex white gold where it kind of washes it out a little bit, then it would be a little bit different. But this looks like platinum. To me, at least, it looks very sharp. You're getting so much more watch for the money, and you're not paying as much of a premium at all.
And we're giving him a
Rochon.
discount, a really nice discount.
Yeah, that's good.
82 out the door. you're not gonna find that.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
He said if you guys can give it for 19, he's gonna take it.
I can't do
Yeah,
19.
19, I will bring it.
I know, but I would be making no money.
Right now.
I know, but
That's
I can't.
basically
That's
how
what
much
we
how much I
bought.
could purchase one for
That's
if I
what we
needed
bought.
to.
That's what we
If
bought
I
it
needed to
for.
source one for you, that's how much I'm paying, and then I have to still charge my money on top.
The negotiation. Tell us.
But you know what?
What's
But
that?
sometimes it's just exchanging money, and this guy got fucked.
I know, but then
Bring more people.
I'm losing money.
And we are already giving you a deal. It's on our website for 21.
So everything.
So even if you leave and my other client comes in,
20.
no, 21 for my other client.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make more money. The deal is that we're trying to give you a deal because Rashawn brings us so much business. I mean, you can come back for it. You can come back for the AP, but I would be careful with it. And I'm not trying to sell you. I'm gonna sell it regardless.
Out of all the watches, this is the one that's gonna look really nice on me.
It's pretty crazy because for some reason there's a lot of people sometimes that don't like two-tone, but this is done really well for us.
this
Like
looks
we
gorgeous.
sold a lot of them.
Accent black.
With the gray and the gold.
Gray and gold.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I know you didn't drive all the way over here to leave without anything.
No, actually, I was supposed to come with
No, we came for him actually. It just happens. I like that.
Of course.
That's why I'm getting you close to that price. Like that's only $1,000 more. That's all I'm really making.
19.5. Because I don't want to go empty-handed like he. I want my guys to get at least one. And then next time is him.
20 is the best I got, man.
He said 95
is the last thing.
I can't let it go for that.
What is it?
19.5.
We'll come somewhere with
It's going for 21.
The thing is like I'm able to give it to you at a good price now because I own it. Next time, if you wanna source it, I have to charge you even more. Or we'll have to wait until I own it again, and maybe I'll give you the same deal, but who knows? Yeah, literally, this is what I'm paying, 19.5 for if I wanna source you another one.
That's what they cost.
That's what they cost me.
We're giving it to you for 500 more. So they came in just kind of looking around at our inventory. They were referred by some friends. I think they were just kind of looking to see what we had. One of the guys was specifically looking for Blue Dial AP, which we have one, but it's the Tokyo edition, which is one of 300, very limited. And the price point is double what he wanted to spend. So obviously he didn't leave with it. It being a limited piece, I think he, doesn't want to wear it as much and like devalue it. So I think that's ultimately why he left it. But I know after looking at this style, I mean, he's gonna think about this thing all night. And he says he'll be back. We'll see if he will. But I mean, this is an unforgettable piece. It's one of those like, you see it once and you can't stop thinking about it. So I'm sure that'll happen to him today. And if he's serious about it, it'll be here. It's listed at $84,000. We'll see. His other friend was interested in our GMT. He also did not leave with it, but we have about 4 clients who are looking at it right now. So I'm sure it won't last very long on the shelf. I know, I get it. Yeah, get your AP then. Come on now, you came all the way back?
No, we were in the parking lot.
Oh, you were in the parking lot. You see, you couldn't stop thinking about it.
Counting money.
Yeah, you have it. I mean, you might as well just get it.
Put us in YouTube.
You are on YouTube. Yeah, put him on YouTube buying an $84,000 AP limited edition, one of 300. Put him on YouTube since he's gonna go hard and he's gonna buy that big AP.
If he buys the AP,
Then put him on YouTube. But if not, don't do it because the Nepalese women don't want to see that. They came back. Steve is sizing it for us while we get it all situated for him.
I didn't come planned though.
No, but just in case. Yeah. So my guy came back, told you he was gonna come back, and he got the GMT two-toned. He just really wanted it, and I feel like when you know, you know. Sadly, I did have another client who wanted it as well. He was on his way here when he came back and purchased it, so now I gotta find him another one, but that's what we do, we'll find him another one.
Some people hate those, and I'm like, why do you guys hate those?
Here, you can take this back.
All the people who hate the butt of the potato. I don't get it. I don't get it.
No one likes butts.
Some people just not a butt guy.
Nice butt joke, Derek.
Nice butt joke, bro.
This is a workplace. Hello everybody. I know that we might be a little late to the game on this here, but wanted to give you guys maybe a first-hand look at some of the visual differences on the now older reference 116515 and then the newer reference 126515, and go over what Rolex has changed and what has mostly stayed the same. So with that said, I'm gonna go over 5 things you need to know about the Rolex Daytona on Oyster Flex. Starting off with number 1, the bezel. What has changed here? So the bezel that they used previously was a ceramic bezel entirely. The bezel that they now use is now part of this ceramic bezel insert. All that means is that now you have a rose gold plate, in this case a rose gold plate, behind the black ceramic bezel insert, now making for a ceramic bezel insert. Number 2 is a very, very small thing, but this has kind of been the trend whenever it comes to newer references at this point. If you look very, very closely at the 6 o'clock, you'll notice that on the older one, you will not see a Rolex crown or the Rolex insignia between Swiss and made. On the newer one, however, obviously you do see the Rolex insignia right between Swiss and made. The third thing I will say is the size of the clasp. If you notice these two, on the older one, you get a much, much smaller clasp. And on this one, you actually do see a much larger clasp. Now, the reason for it actually goes into number 4. So number 4 is that whenever you open up the older one, you'll notice that you have a micro adjust system located on the inner part of the clasps. But if you have experience using Oyster Flex models, you have to get the perfect size for your wrist. And what that means is like there will be certain letter sizes for the 6 o'clock side of the strap and the 12 o'clock side of the strap. So you'll have to make sure that that's perfectly sized within the range of that 1.5 millimeter of micro adjust. Now, something that is a huge selling point, especially if I'm gonna be getting the new one, is that the new one now also has the glide lock. The reason that it's so much bigger is to compensate for the extended room that you'll actually be able to have. So with this new system, obviously you'll get that glide lock that you've seen in the Submariner or in the Yacht-Master or in the Skydweller on Oyster Flex. This is a huge selling point for me, and this is a perfect example. So this Rolex Daytona, the older one, is actually still a bit too small for me. Right now, it fits me perfectly as long as I go all the way up to the bone, but even then it kind of still is snug on my wrist. And now at this point, there is no room that I can possibly give unless I go out and buy an entirely brand new strap. The good thing about this newer one is that right now it's sized to the biggest possible, so it might not fit me completely. It'll probably fit me very, very loose, but the good solve to that is that if you use that glide lock to size it to where I need to be, you'll have a perfect fit no matter what. To me, that is a huge thing. That's probably the biggest thing that Rolex has done with the Rolex Daytona on Oyster Flex, and that is a huge selling point for me. Now, the 5th thing I want to talk about, which is the last thing, is the movement. Now, this is kind of where it becomes a little bit underwhelming if you ask a true watch lover. Not to say that it doesn't look pretty, but the reason that they've changed even slightly was to basically compensate for some of the newer Rolex Daytonas that were going to show the open case back. Rolex is not the most complicated when it comes to chronographs, when it comes to most of the movements, except for the Skydweller. However, the movement in this case has really stayed pretty much the same when it comes to specs. This one rocks 4 Hertz with 72-hour power reserve. The good thing about all this is that it really does allow for the Platinum Daytona with the open case back to really shine and look as pretty as possible. But really, when it comes down to it, it doesn't quite push the boundaries when it comes to movement. At the end of the day, this isn't exactly what Rolex is known for. They're known for their materials, their quality, and mainly their durability. So I can't be too mad here, but if you were expecting a crazy difference in the movement, you're just not gonna see it here. Let me know if these 5 differences are worth upgrading from the older to the newer, or if you would just keep your old one. Is it worth it to you? Let me know what you guys think, and these watches are now available at WOLVYN.com, so feel free to reach out. But until then, see you next time.
So you're getting ready to deliver 2 watches to Journe, and he's really excited about them. We've got them both polished up for him. They look amazing. You'll see the Panda, and you'll see the Skydweller as well, and wanted on Jubilee, the blue Skydweller. Good to go online, so Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday. Check them out, man. I think they look absolutely amazing.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. That's the Blue Sky Dweller.
On the Jubilee. And looking fresh, good as new.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
That's the digital link that you talked about?
Directly from Rolex. That's why
there.
it's in the case there.
Oh,
Yep.
I see. Okay.
And then if you want to check for papers, right back here.
Okay.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it looks fresh, man. It looks really good. So you got manual, you got warranty, you got card with it.
Okay.
Green tag underneath the pillow.
Okay. That's right.
All that time we spent fixing it last time.
Oh, yeah,
Making sure it's on time.
Oh, okay. It's still running.
And then right here, for the sake of the camera, we're gonna open the Panda Daytona, which we were able to get for him last minute. Found a good deal, worked it in so that he could do his trade-in for, he had sold with us the Daytona Rose Gold chocolate dial, and we were able to do a trade-in, and it's got the Sky Dweller, and then this one right here. Got it all fresh for you.
Okay, awesome. All right.
And the opening.
Awesome. Ah, beautiful.
Try it on.
Okay, wonderful.
See what you think.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks really nice.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good with what you're wearing right now too, actually. It looks great.
Thank
Looks
you.
sharp.
Yeah, I'll walk out
Congratulations. Yeah, I was gonna say pick one to walk out with. I think that one looks great with your outfit. You're now the proud owner, Sky Dweller and the Panda.
Been a pleasure.
Really appreciate it.
All right, he's super happy. Super happy, and I'm happy with it too. Sometimes I don't know who's more happy, if it's me or the client, but this time he was really excited. Both watches were up to the standards that he wanted. He checked everything, all the details. He's a very thorough client of mine. He's awesome, and he walks away. That was the biggest smile I've seen him have yet since knowing him and seeing him in store. So
It's so funny because like he's only ever really consigned with us, which is good. But also like every time he comes in, he'll want an update, which is fine. But he'll just be like, you know, if anybody's gonna get that. And I think deep down it's because he's been wanting that Panda for so long.
Yeah, that's what he
He's told us like so many times, like I want that Panda, I want that Panda. And so now that he finally has it, it's just like we see a whole nother side of him, which is so cool.
yeah, and
Where is the 5712?
Me and Caleb got it done. Actually, the watches should be here today.
The 5712.
The 5712, yeah, the Patek.
The Nautilus for Jonathan.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
The 5712 is en route. It's coming from Hong Kong. And he said it should be here Wednesday.
Oh my gosh, Wednesday?
Yeah. But that's as soon as he could get it here.
Okay, I just got to update my client.
I thought you were talking about the Hong Kong deal. So me and Caleb stayed up Monday
Yeah, we stayed up like
till 5 in the morning.
Dude, I remember I literally showed up the next morning to work, and I was just working, and I'm like, dude, it's like 11:30. Where's Josh and Caleb? And I called Josh, and I'm like, bro, are you gonna like come in? Like, there's a lot of stuff we got to do. And he goes, dude, you don't understand. I was up till 5 in the morning. I was like, oh yeah, that Hong Kong deal. I forgot about that.
It was super particular because he had us freaked out because he told us, I want the 5270, but we sent him all these particular immaculate pictures, and then he had done a deal. He's been doing deals with another dealer, and the other dealer had it all figured out with him, and so he was just like, okay, when I get to Patek, when I always get my watches, I want them to be perfect, and if it's too much, I always send them to the manufacturer, and when I send them to the manufacturer, they do all their service, and they make it look perfect, and so we're like, oh, shoot.
What does he mean it's too much? Like polish or what?
Yeah, or if it's over polished, or like if it had too much wear and tear, where he doesn't want to have it laser filled or anything. And literally we're telling this guy like, hey, our client bought this watch, brand new from us. He wore it one time, and then he traded it back in. And he was like, I get that, but I still want you to send me a bunch of pictures. And so we're totally like happy to do it.
I sent him like 3 rounds of pictures. Just
but we kept sending.
Like it was like he wanted me to zoom in on something else, and all that's fine. It was just like zoom in even closer, then an even closer, and then like, oh, what are you talking about? Can you circle it for me? And then like just stuff like that. So he was very like. He
and
was
then
obviously
the other dealer he does the deals with, he's like, can you do it like my other dealer? Where don't you have an office in Hong Kong where you can send it and I can look at this watch? And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to send the watch to the other side of the world. And then you look at the watch and you don't like it. So look, can we send you a bunch of pictures to make sure that you're like at least 99% sure that you're going to take it? Yeah. And so that's what we did. So we sent like 3 rounds of pictures. He was totally fine. And then but me and Caleb were still like, if he's super particular like that, there's a chance that we send this watch all the way over there, which was like $1,000 to send it through Malca, and then we have to pay the dealer to facilitate picking it up and doing the deal. So like we're $1,500 in to get this deal done, and there's a potential like that he's not going to take it. Now, I know $1,500 in the grand scheme of things is not tons of money, but I don't want to lose that money for nothing.
Well,
Also
it's
the
time.
also the time is of the essence.
Not having it in store.
Yeah, not having it in store.
Could've been an extra $1,000. There's also risk. Anything can happen through Malcolm.
Yeah, and then if he doesn't take it back, it's another like $1,000 to send it back.
And then on top of that, by the time we sent it, and it wasn't our fault, but it was like he was on a time crunch, and so like if it didn't get there like right when it did, he would have probably had to wait another 3 weeks, and it was like we would have had to do the entire thing over again, and it would probably wouldn't have been as worth it that much. But
anyways, but the cool part is that we were able to partner up with Jack. That went really well. The client really liked the facility. He says it's like super technology. Like he's like, dude, there's so much technology in this building. I felt super safe, so that's really good.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. And then, dude, is Trigby coming to pick up that watch?
Yeah, he already came to pick it up. That one was really cool. We haven't seen 2631 Panda in a while, and usually when we get them in, I'm not a huge fan of chronos, but I saw this one again and I was like, this thing is sick.
that was very cool.
The Panda is my favorite. It's better than the blue, better than the black.
Yeah, 100%.
the
I
most
like on the APs. I don't know why I like the white dials more, and then the Panda was like the perfect blend because it wasn't just all white. It actually gave you something else to look at.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Well, we had a good week. We have a lot of deals in the pipeline, big ones, and small ones, and we take everything we can. So let's just keep grinding. And
By the way, me and Andrew did analytics on the website, and our traffic has been horrendous. So something happened, and so honestly, me and Andrew sat down with Jeff that came in last week.
How was it?
It was good. We pretty much strike the deal. We kind of did a contingent, like he's going to do a first month to take over, and he's going to start building a new website. So we're going to be building a new website, get off Shopify, which has been an issue for us because it's like, dude, it's like Apple. Like they only let you do so much. So we need to go to a different platform. So
it's like all the computer guys complain about Apple because everything's so locked up, so they stick with Android because they can do whatever they want.
So as much as I love Apple, for the website we need Android, or the Android version. So we're gonna go a different route, which is gonna help with our SEO too, because he told us that Shopify does not help with SEO. It actually takes away from SEO because I forget the reasons. That's not my forte, but. He thinks he can get the traffic up. He thinks and we're gonna put more.
Most importantly, too, it's not scalable with Shopify.
And then we haven't been doing any kind of ads or anything like that in a while. Yeah, and so he thinks he can actually do it in a way that's better than our past. Because last time we were like wasting money reaching out to like kids.
Same clients.
Like last time it was like kid shows and things like that they were marketing the channel to, and it's just like that's not our demographic. Yeah. So we're trying to fix that. So he's gonna button it all up. They're super professional, so I'm stoked for that. So everything should double up. Even though we've had some good success with like the email marketing and stuff and the text marketing this week, this is gonna take it to the next level, which is super cool.
That's what we need.
But should be a good year. We really need to, because January was not good. And February was a little better, but not good. Yeah. But March has so far been really good. So hopefully we can take this into the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep up this momentum and build on it.
I'm excited. It's always exciting to come out of a little bump.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it hasn't been easy.
Yeah, it was pretty expected for the most part, but just being able to dig ourselves out a bit more.